The phones are immediate.
I've got 15 seconds. All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sunnyside City Council's regular meeting for today, July 28, 2025. For the record, all members of council are present. And we've got everybody from staff who's indicated to be here except for Chief Lehman and HR Director Brown. All right, council. That's the light on my microphone says it's on. Can anybody hear me? Okay. I can project and do my feature voice, but I want to make sure that it's recorded. It is now on. Okay, that feels better. All right, council, we've had some suggested amendments to our agenda. You'll see some paperwork in front of you on the table. We need to add the following items. First of all, we need to repeal Chapter 5.02 of the Sunnyside Municipal Code to eliminate the crime-free rental housing program in the city. We need to extend the city manager's paid administrative leave. And in doing that, we also need to extend the interim city manager's agreement. Okay, is there any discussion or debate on any of these items? Hearing none, is there any other item that council would like to either add or remove from tonight's agenda?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
I have one question. Are we adding a subsection G to the executive session?
Oh, thank you for reminding me. I did see your email. All right, and we also have a suggestion to add another element to the executive session this evening. Subsection G. I don't know if you've all seen Deputy Mayor's email.
I'm sorry, I have not, because my emails have not been coming in. A little glitch in my email, but I'm sure I can catch up.
Yeah.
During the explanations.
So what is the subsection? You would just want to read for the record subsection G?
To evaluate the qualifications of an applicant for public employment or to review the performance of a public employee.
Okay, to review what? How'd that go?
To evaluate the qualifications of an applicant for public employment or to review the performance of a public employee.
Thank you. Yeah, I have to read something real similar to that into the record, so I meant to make sure I have that in front of me. All right, is there anything else that needs to be added or changed on the agenda? What is the desire of council on this item?
Move to approve. Second.
Okay, who was the motion? Who was second is Ms. Ripley? Okay. All right, we have a motion by Councilor Hancock, second by Councilor Ripley to amend the agenda as suggested. Is there debate on this item?
I believe that was seconded by.
It was motion by
Hancock.
Ripley.
Did I got it backwards? Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. All right, so now we have a motion by Councilor Ripley, second by Councilor Hancock. Is there debate on this item? All right, we'll go down the list, and I've been asked to change up the order of the vote, and so let's do that to keep life interesting. Councilor Vasquez.
Yes.
Councilor Hart.
No.
Deputy Mayor.
Yes.
Councilor Fausto.
No.
Councilor Ripley.
Yes.
Councilor Hancock.
Yes.
I too vote yes. Motion passes. All right, next item, invocation. Do we have somebody here this evening to do an invocation? We do. I'll ask that you please rise for the invocation and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Our Father, I come to you in this prayer. I thank you for your guidance and for your strength and for allowing us this open meeting. I ask that your presence be placed here, that you give everybody the wisdoms to make the right choice, and that you bless this meeting. In Jesus' precious name we pray. Amen.
I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Our next item is public comments. Citizens are advised that they must limit their remarks to the city council to 3 minutes. Council may refer items to staff to review and/or research for presentation at a future council meeting. And also a reminder, recorded comments and meeting sign-in sheets are public records subject to disclosure under RCW 42.56, and the names of speakers are recorded in the meeting minutes. It's just a quick reminder. First name on my list is Ramon Chavez. Please approach the microphone, state your name, city of residence, and make your comments.
Ramon Chavez, Sunnyside resident for 50 years. So City Council, I would like to bring to your attention the pressing concerns surrounding our city, specifically with the lack of transparency within our government. The recent departure of our finance director, the public works director, and our city manager have raised questions about our ability to hire and retain top talent. It appears that we're not providing our employees within the necessary support to thrive. This is evident the fact that Sunnyside has experienced 3 city manager departures in just 5 years, whereas similar cities typically retain their city managers for approximately 7 years. Let's examine the financial implications, as it seems that the primary concern is that Sunnyside lacks the necessary resources. However, we have placed our city manager on paid administrative leave, hired a temporary replacement, who the city is also paying, and engaged an investigation firm at a cost of $350 an hour. Our city manager has been on paid administrative leave for over a month, and the city remains uncertain about his return or the reason for his suspension. As of now, I must support our city manager and his return to continue his outstanding work. If there is evidence to the contrary, please let us know. I would appreciate if you could all share with us. It is crucial that we maintain the integrity of the city manager position to attract top retaining talent to our city. Remember, Sunnyside, transparency is important for the city of Sunnyside, and we ask for the transparency.
Thank you, sir. Next name on my list is Maria Fernandez.
Maria Fernandez, and our offices are located here on 6th Street in Sunnyside. On July 7th, just a few weeks ago, the council devoted almost an entire council study session to reviewing the City of Sunnyside's council code of conduct. Things like practice civility, code of ethics, treat all staff as professionals, never publicly criticize an individual employee, do not get involved in administrative functions, give the appearance of active listening. Vicki Ripley, we know that you won't adhere to that one all the time since you walked out of public comment at this last meeting while I was making public comment, informing about the notice of intent to sue the city council and its mayor for blatant violation of my First Amendment right to freedom of speech during that public comment on June 2nd. I would also like to call attention to the violation of the 10th Code of Conduct, treat all staff as professionals. It was very disturbing to watch the way in which Teresa Hancock and Vicki Ripley were addressing the staff at the last council meeting, July 14th. Their tone was that of bullies when questioning about expenses and contracts and making insinuations about staff not doing their jobs, saying it isn't too much for the staff to be prepared to answer questions. When it was already stated, explained by the staff that they are shorthanded in staff, and when you have micromanaging council members that violate the Code 14, do not get involved with administrative function, inundating with frivolous, inane expense questions while still having to take care of the day-to-day operation, this situation leads to classic hostile work environment. The hypocrisy of this council talking about ethics or a code of conduct is just so blatant. I'd also like to direct my additional comments today to the June 23rd regular council meeting during review of the consent agenda. That would be on the YouTube video, it would be at the mark 18.15. During that meeting, we have Karen Vasquez asking for the name of a staff person within a contract that had been redacted as per RCW's Chapter 40.24, addressing confidentiality for victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and stalking. Vasquez was adamant about accessing that person's name because she feels it should be open to the public, even when she was reminded that legal counsel sent an email regarding that person's protection via the RCWs. She stated she read the email, but says that the name shows up everywhere in public. My question is, what was the purpose for wanting that name out for the public to know through a public council meeting? This looks to me like nothing more than intimidation and harassment by Vasquez.
We're at 15 seconds, man.
I worked for almost 4 years with the research project Domestic Violence Housing First with Michigan State University in 3 counties, King, Grant, and Yakima counties. We interviewed hundreds of survivors of domestic violence. Their confidentiality and privacy were the most important policy and practice for all 3 teams, because at the end of the day, if we weren't careful about their confidentiality, someone could end up dead.
Time is up, ma'am.
So your behavior, Vasquez, is abhorrent.
Ma'am, your time is up. Next name on my list is Sis Kennard.
Sis Kennard, Sunnyside, Washington. So while all of this is going on, I just wonder if the council has noticed for some positive things that are happening. There are citizens of Sunnyside out there doing some really neat things. While we are, I don't even know what we are doing, but whatever it is, I just want to let you know that at the museum, we are moving along with our 3-year plan to make sure that all the artifacts at the museum are safe and sound and organized and inventoried. And I'm just very proud that our building has been protected, and I appreciate what the city has done to maintain the lawn area around the old building. We may never get rid of the pigeons, but the lawn looks great. The other thing is, we have, if you haven't noticed, at the Veterans Plaza, we have a new arch that's right across from your city hall that looks really great. And we need to give some people some, data boys for doing really positive things that are happening in Sunnyside. And that's only 2 things that I can think of that the citizens are out there doing. And I try to keep up with what you guys are doing, but I'm lost. So I just ask that you just really search your hearts and work for those people that are out there doing the good things and get past some of this stuff. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that concludes the list of names that have signed up for public comment. I want to thank everyone for your comments. The next item on our agenda is an executive session. And I'm going to get the right page. Executive session pertains to RCW 42.30.110(1)I to discuss with legal counsel representing the agency matters relating to agency enforcement actions, or to discuss with legal counsel representing the agency litigation or potential litigation to which the agency, the governing body, or a member acting in an official capacity is or is likely to become a party when public knowledge regarding the discussion is likely to result in adverse legal or financial consequence to the agency. Also, Section G, to evaluate the performance of an applicant for employment or to review their performance. I think there's probably more to it than that one, but I think that summarizes it okay. I don't know if our legal counsel can add to that.
Just to say for the record, the entirety of it says to evaluate the qualifications of an applicant for public employment or to review the performance of a public employee. However, subject to RCW 42.30.140 subsection 4, discussion by a governing body, salaries, wages, and other conditions of employment to be generally applied within the agency shall occur in a meeting open to the public. And when a governing body elects to take final action, hiring, setting the salary of an individual employee or class of employees, or discharging or disciplining an employee, that action shall be taken in a meeting open to the public.
Thank you, sir. And that's why we like to have our attorney present in our meetings to make sure I don't goof things all up. So we are asking for 15 minutes. And so we ask the audience to please step outside into the lobby, and we will call you back in. I'd like to ask also that you take your belongings with you, laptops, computers, and those types of things. Okay. All right, everybody, we're back in open session. Thank you for your patience on there. I know typically we don't like to have the executive session at the beginning of the meeting, but it was deemed imperative this evening. There is no action as a result of the executive session. All right, consent agenda. The consent agenda consists of the following: payroll check register, approved payroll check register transaction numbers 8547 through 9121, and wire transfers as listed for $717,045.95 for the period ending on July 23, 2025. Check registers, approved check register transaction numbers 9134 through 9263, and wire transfers as listed for $101,182.24 for the period ending July 23, 2025. And then the May 25 income statement was attached for informational purposes only. But I suppose if we have questions, we can definitely ask those. Council members, is there any item from the consent agenda that you'd like to have removed for discussion? Yeah, Mr. Deputy Mayor.
9143.
Okay. Anything else? All right, Mr. Deputy Mayor, floor is yours.
So it's just a follow-up, Ms. Kelly. I shot over the email over the weekend. Thank you for the response. Is this report, it's the Consumer Confidence Report for 2024. Do we know, is that an annual report that we get?
So that is an annual report that is done, and it's an analysis of the water supply within the city of Sunnyside. And it is just published so that the residents know that the water that we have here in Sunnyside is safe, and it is annual.
Do we know how the residents get a copy of this report? Because myself as a counselor, I wasn't aware of such report, and I would imagine that majority of the public probably doesn't know about the report. That we're paying about $44 some $100. I would imagine that the public should know.
I know that it's posted on the website underneath departments and public works. And Hector may know if there's additional ways that we connect with residents.
Councilor Hart, hang on just a second. Councilor Hart may have an answer for us as
I
well.
think I'm going to say the same thing you're going to say, Mr.
Go ahead.
And that particular report, I know, goes out in the mail to every water user in the community. It is distributed. I don't know that it's distributed with the water bill, because a lot of us get our water bill now online, but it has in the past been distributed to every water user in the mail. It's a nicely done report, so it's easy to read, and in addition to being put on Facebook and the website. But I know that it has been in the past, maybe it's not now, but in the past and last year and the last several years, it's been distributed through the mail.
And I'm not sure if it is distributed in the mail nowadays. If that is something that the council would like us to go forward with, we can surely do that with your approval. And also with the CCR report, it is something that's mandated by Department of Health that we need. Every town that has city water with wells must put a report out there for not only the residential, but for industrials to be able to be getting it. So I know like industrials, I believe we do take out the CCR report to them so they can have it in hand.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't think council would object to having that sent out to all the residents. I think the community has the right to know, and we have the responsibility to inform the community of water quality. And, especially if it's really good, that's easy to inform people. But they do have the right to know what our water quality rating is. And I'd like to see, and I don't see anybody saying no to that. I'd like to see that go out.
Well, Mr. Mayor, I know that the report's in English. Is it real easy to translate to Spanish?
We can give it a whirl. We are, I believe we can figure out how to translate it into Spanish that way for our bilingual speakers. Also, with that being said, if you guys would like it to be sent out, I will get a cost on obviously how much it would cost to get that sent out, because obviously it's an extra cost. We don't, obviously the mail people aren't going to say no costing. So, but I can surely figure that out and get an estimate and bring it back to you guys or email the council.
Can it be included in the city bill?
Yes.
Well, yes, we can
It's
obviously
also-
attach it to it and
Yeah.
that we can go that route.
Mhm.
So, because it's only once a year that we need to.
Right, and it's
attach it.
not, that way it doesn't have to be extra postage, it'd just be triple folded, dumped in the
Perfect.
envelope, and off you go.
We will make sure that it's be
Ms.
going out.
Fausto.
In addition to that, could we leverage our social media? I know Jackie is the one that spearheads uploading information to like our Facebook pages, Instagram pages, and then to like direct community. It's located in on our websites too. And
Yes.
provide that connection
Yeah.
on like where to go and online to look it up ourselves.
Yes, I can definitely post things. I just, as long as staff informs me of things, I can post it and I'll get that posted today.
Thank you.
Councilor Hart?
Of course.
I was just going to say, in years past, that actual report of the water quality was actually published in the newspaper. And I know this because I got to do that. And it was always, got a nice title because the water quality was good. We had good reports on our wells, all that sort of thing. So it was always kind of a little news story congratulating our public works folks for taking good care of our water system,
No,
passing our water
yes.
test.
Yeah, we do have a good water department. Our crew there is doing a very good job, and they are very proud of our city water. So they do. Kudos to them, and obviously all my other workers, streets, parks, sewer. They've done an excellent job. The last 3 months that I've been here, I've had nothing but great things being told to me by them, by the citizens, and also the experience I've seen. They are doing an excellent job. So kudos to them.
Very good.
Okay, further questions? All right, let's make sure everybody in town knows that our water is good. All right, that answers your question, Deputy Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If there's no other comments, what is the desire of council on the consent agenda?
Move to approve.
I'll second.
All right, we got a motion by Councilor Hancock, second by Deputy Mayor to approve the consent agenda as presented. Is there debate on this item? Ms. Ripley?
If we pull an item, does it not get paid until we get our answers? If we pull an item for questions, does it not get paid until?
Kelly, you got an answer for that?
I do. So if you do pull an item from the check register, we actually very diligently to make sure that we have all of the questions that are answered. We do, however, print checks in accordance with our Sunnyside Municipal Code and also with RCW 4224-180, that we can print those ahead of council, print and release ahead of council approval.
Print and release.
It also goes on to say that if there is an item that the council does not feel should be paid for whatever reason, then we also can put that in our books as a receivable and start collection activities on that particular check.
Okay.
Okay.
Good to know.
Further debate? Hearing none. Proceed with the vote. Councilor Hart?
Yes.
Councilor Vasquez?
Yes.
Councilor Frausto?
Yes.
Councilor Ripley?
Yes.
Councilor Hancock?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes.
And I too vote yes. Motion passes. Active agenda. First item on our agenda is Connecting Housing to Infrastructure Program, CHIP. Grant application submission, approve a resolution authorizing the interim city manager to submit the Washington State Department of Commerce Connecting Housing to Infrastructure Program, the CHIP application. And that's you guys, right?
Yes.
All right, introduce yourself to council and make your presentation.
My name is Camille Gallegos. I work with Catholic Charities Housing Services as a housing development associate. We are working on developing a plan for some property off of Outlook Road, but part of that is going to require an upgrade in the infrastructure and as well as what will be added to the development. The conditions for that application are it has to go towards affordable housing, which is what we intend to build. But the application would have to come from the city. I know that you guys are short-staffed. I tried to submit as much information ahead of time, including links and information about this grant. I'm happy to answer any questions, but I'm just looking for permission to work with Jim on submitting this application. I'm happy to support it, but it does have to come from the city.
All right, council, questions for Ms. Gallegos?
I'd like a report from the manager on it.
Mr. City Manager?
Yes, as Ms. Gallegos mentioned, this grant can pay for several things related to infrastructure related to the project itself. It's at no charge to the city for the grant. It's simply a device that, in this case, Catholic Charities will use to offset their cost, which are going to be substantial in this project. As you can see in the agenda commentary, up to 150 single-family homes and 300 affordable multifamily units. With our, it can go towards paying connection fees, upsizing water lines, sewer lines, things of that nature. It's a good use of dollars that are available to us. And as you know, as we just talked about the Consumer Confidence Report, we are running up against having being able to deliver water to a lot of these new developments that are going to come in. This money can be used to go towards that cost of, in this case, developing that new well that we're looking at developing down off Alexander. So with that, I can stand for any other questions.
Okay, council, questions? Deputy Mayor?
Yeah, so I know the city has to submit the application. Do we have somebody at the city, or would it be HLA submitting?
I believe it's Camille and the Catholic Charities are submitting the application on behalf of the city of Sunnyside.
Yeah, I'll put it together and give it to Jim to review, and then we can work together to finalize it to make sure it's in line with what.
Okay, now I get it. Gotcha.
Other questions?
Will we see the final application before submission?
If you desire, yes.
The application is due September 26th, so it's a pretty tight timeline. This is application season for us. So as quickly as we can get it submitted, we will. So.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to see it. I don't know about the rest of council, but I'd like to see it.
Okay.
Well, email the application to all the council and we can peruse it, but I think.
We can do that. Yeah.
Okay, Councilor Hart.
I just to the city manager, you said that some of this money could be used towards additional well structure. So you're putting one, so the project is actually on Outlook Road, but the well you're talking about is on Alexander?
That's correct.
That seems sort of like.
It does.
A lot of piping.
But so we're looking at not only a new well, but additional reservoir capacity as well.
Mm-hmm.
So all the water and all the wells currently feed our existing reservoirs. When the reservoirs are full, the water is just continuing to loop around and going to who's ever turning the water faucet on to where the water flowing to.
Mm-hmm.
This location and Alexander was chosen before my tenure, and maybe Hector can speak to this. But with the potential new development that the port just completed their project down there, the port has property that we can site the well on, which is always another case of finding a good location to site a well on that's secure. So we already have a pipeline to that location. So it's really just punching the well and hooking the well up to that pipe. That pipe will then feed the new reservoir location, which would be somewhere up on the hill.
Thank you.
Further questions? All right, if there's no further questions, what's the desire of council on this item?
Move to approve. Second.
That's Councilor Vasquez and Councilor Ripley? Okay. All right, got a motion by Councilor Vasquez, second by Councilor Ripley to approve a resolution authorizing the interim city manager to submit the Washington State Department of Commerce Connecting Housing to Infrastructure application. Is there debate on this item? Hearing none. Deputy Mayor?
Yes.
Councilor Hart?
Yes.
Councilor Vasquez?
Yes.
Councilor Frausto?
Yes.
Councilor Ripley?
Yes.
Councilor Hancock?
Yes.
I too vote yes. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I know you need to leave to be somewhere else, so safe travels. All right. Next item on our agenda is the amended portion of our agenda. Approve an ordinance repealing Chapter 5.02 of the Sunnyside Municipal Code to eliminate the crime-free rental housing program in the city. Mr. City Manager, do you want to address that first?
Yes. The crime-free rental housing ordinance was developed by the state of Washington for communities to use. The city of Sunnyside adopted that ordinance back in 2012, 2013, in that neighborhood. The city of Sunnyside did use it. However, at this time, we have not used that ordinance since 2019. It's just dormant. It's sitting there. And so this ordinance repeals that ordinance so that it is no longer on the books.
All right, council, questions or comments for the city manager on this item? Hearing none, what is the desire of council on this item?
Move to approve.
Second.
All right, we got a motion by Deputy Mayor, second by Councilor Hancock to approve the ordinance repealing Chapter 5.02 of the Sunnyside Municipal Code to eliminate the crime-free rental housing program in the city. Is there debate on this item?
Did I get that? Was it Counselor Hancock that made the motion?
Second.
She made the second, I'm sorry. Questions or comments or debate? Hearing none. Councilor Vasquez,
Yes.
Councilor Hart,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor,
Yes.
Councilor Fausto,
Yes.
Councilor Ripley,
Yes.
Councilor Hancock.
Yes.
I too vote yes, motion passes. Thank you. Next item, approve a resolution extending the administrative paid leave of City Manager Mike Gonzalez. And Mr. City Manager, do you wish to address this?
Yes, the investigation is continuing with expected completion sometime in August. The previous resolution expires on July 3rd, so this resolution will take effect on August 1st.
It expires on August 3rd.
July
31st.
31st.
July 31st.
July 31st, excuse me.
Okay. I heard you say July 3rd. I said,
I
wait,
did too.
that was a couple days ago.
It's that.
Okay. Council, questions or comments on this item?
Mr. Mayor,
Go ahead, Ms. Fausto.
for the record, current city manager Mike Gonzalez is receiving 13,866 with 66 cents a month. And the interim city manager is receiving the same thing a month.
That is correct. Councilor Hart?
I just want to voice my continued disappointment in the fact that the investigation has been continually thrown on the back burner for reasons out of our control. And it's just really frustrating. And I know it's frustrating to our community as well. We are trying to move ahead with this, but it is costing us money. It's not just costing us money for the paid administrative leave for the city manager or the interim city manager's funds, but it is also costing us, lawyer fees on and on and on for this investigation. So this is about the same amount of money it would take to go ahead and get us a brand new city manager, which if things go the way they are expected to go, we'll be doing anyway. So it's just to me, it's just farcical to me.
Thank you, Councilor Hart. Your frustration is noted, and I think all of council is a little bit frustrated, and I think the community has expressed too that there is some frustration that this has taken as long as it has, and so we are at this point waiting for the investigation to finish up. Further comments on this item? What is the desire, council, on this item?
Move to approve.
I'll second.
All right, so we got a motion by Councilor Ripley, second by Deputy Mayor to approve the resolution extending the administrative paid leave of City Manager Mike Gonzalez. Is there debate on this item? Hearing none. Councilor Ripley,
Yes.
Counselor Fausto,
No.
Counselor Vasquez,
Yes.
Counselor Hart,
No.
Counselor Hancock.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor?
Yes.
Reluctantly, I'm voting yes. I want this resolved.
Think we all do, Mayor.
Yep.
All right. Following that, then the next step is authorizing the mayor to amend agreement A-2025-70 with interim city manager Jim Bridges, extending the term of the agreement until August 31st or completion of the pending investigation. And that just kind of follows. If we're putting or continuing the leave of our city manager, Mr. Gonzalez, then we need an interim in place. Since Mr. Bridges is already in place, it makes sense to continue it for the next period of time. Is there questions or comments on this item?
My only comment would be that I want to make sure that Mr. Bridges has all the authority that an interim city manager should have to take care of the city's business.
An interim city manager is an interim city manager, and he will have the authority that's necessary.
Yep.
Ms. Hart.
I just want to again reiterate on the fact that I think that this is farcical, that we continue to do this. I think this was all brought on in a really despicable sort of way, but that's just my opinion on it.
Thank you, Ms. Hart. Further discussion? Hearing none, what is the desire of council on this item?
Move to approve.
A second.
All right, we got a motion by Councilor Ripley, second by Deputy Mayor to authorize the mayor to amend agreement A-2025-70 with interim city manager Jim Bridges, extending the term of the agreement until August 31st, 2025, or completion of the pending investigation. Is there debate on this item? All right, Councilor Vasquez.
Yes.
Councilor Fausto.
No.
Councilor Ripley.
Yes.
Councilor Hancock.
Yes.
Councilor Hart.
No.
Deputy Mayor.
Yes.
And I too will vote yes. Item E, Public Works Board application. Approve a resolution to authorize the city manager to sign the applicant's certification and direct HLA to submit the application on the city's behalf when the application is complete. Mr. City Manager.
I will turn this over to our Deputy Public Works Director, Hector Mejia.
Mr. Mejia.
Good evening, council. The city is currently contracted with HLA through the task order of 2024-11 to complete the engineering design for the improvements to the city's wastewater treatment plant and the replacement of two lift stations, exit 67 lift and station and 9th and Lincoln's lift station. Public board has an open call for projects that closes on August 8th, 2025. City staff would like to submit a funding request for the amount of $5,571,000 for construction and construction management service for the exit 67 lift station replacement and replacement of headworks process at the wastewater treatment plant. The headworks process has failed and is currently limiting the plant's ability to process waste, making this improvement a high priority. The exit 67 lift station has deteriorated because of H2S gas in the system, and this lift station serves all industry, business, and homes in the southern region of the city. The anticipated loan term and rate are for 20 years and 1.06% respectively. The city is eligible up to $2 million in grant and reduce the loan amount. But it won't be unknown until the funding award if the city will receive a grant. This is the reason why the budget amendment amount above is noted as TBT. Funding award notifications are anticipated in November of 2025. If the loan amount should be unfavorable, and city staff and city council will have the opportunity not to accept the funding prior to execution of an agreement with the Public Works Board. If you have any questions, I will be more than able to answer.
Council, questions for Mr. Mejia? Mr. Deputy Mayor.
What's considered the southern region of the city? Where's that?
The southern region is First Street out to Midvale, down Midvale, Alexander, that area. It goes over to PW Pike there's a lift station at that corner coming off of the freeway.
Okay.
This is exit 67.
Yes, ma'am, sorry.
Mr. Mayor,
Ms. Hancock.
what is the H2S gas?
H2S gas is, gas is very harmful and it's very corrosive. So everything that's in those gas, like methane and, sulfur gases and gases like that, which deteriorates all the piping and, it's very dangerous.
So is this naturally occurring or is this coming off some of the industries?
No, it naturally occurs in the city, in sewers.
Okay.
Excuse me, Ms. Hancock. So H2S, that's hydrogen sulfide gas. That's the rotten egg smell. Okay. And I was going to make a correction to the language in here. When it says serves industries, that serves the waste, the restrooms industry, not actual industry sewage. That all that goes to the port. Yes.
Yep.
Further questions? Deputy Mayor?
On here, it says that the city could receive $2 million in grant reduction. Will we find out at the same time that we find out if the city gets the loan?
I believe so, sir.
Okay. If I can ask a follow-up question,
Go ahead,
Mr. Mayor. So just based on an experience, because there's an echo. Because I've done grants myself and loans, but there's a sample of the applicant certification. I noticed that our whereas is missing quite a bit of language. Is that going to make a difference? I mean, if they're asking us to do it one way, but we're not adding all of the whereas.
That is a good question. And at this very moment, I don't have an answer for you, but I can get it.
Okay.
And I will email it to the council to find out if that's going to be deteriorating anything.
With that being said, if we vote on the version today, would it have to come back for an amendment?
I think so.
So what we're looking at, we're just we're just voting to let the city manager sign the applicant certification and direct HLA to submit it. We're not voting on the language that's in it. But I would definitely think that council would want that application to be as complete as possible with all the bases covered, because if we're going to take the time and trouble to fill out an application, then I think that we should make sure that we do everything we can in order to be awarded.
Yes, sir. So this is actually for the application certification, which is I believe you guys do have a copy. That's the only thing we are signing for today for see if we can allow the city manager to sign this, and then HLA will start the process on the application itself. And then we will bring that back to you once everything's filled out and for your approval to submit it.
So again, if I can clarify, the resolution is to authorize me to sign the certification. So the certification is not the resolution, even though it's full of whereases.
Got it.
They get all excited with their whereases.
All right. Councilor Hart. Yeah.
No, I was just going to say that this is just to allow for the city manager to move forward with this application. So, as far as the rest of the resolutions, I'm sure that'll come back to us for approval at that later date. And was this the one that you said there was a deadline on?
Yes, ma'am.
August something? August 8th. So this is timely. It's got a timeline.
Yes.
Okay.
And HLA is quite experienced in filling out these grant applications, and so I think they can probably get it done in time. Further questions or comments? Hearing none. What is the desire of council on this item?
Move to approve the resolution to authorize city manager to sign the applicant of certification and direct HLA to submit the application on the city's behalf when the application is complete.
I'll second.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Ms. Hart, for reading that. Got a motion by Councilor Hart, second by Councilor Vasquez. And debate on that item. Hearing none. Councilor Ripley.
Yes.
Councilor Hancock.
Yes.
Councilor Fausto.
Yes.
Councilor Hart.
Yes.
Councilor Vasquez.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor.
Yes.
And I too vote yes. Motion passes. Thank you. Item F, Granicus one meeting proposal / agreement. Approve, excuse me. Approve a resolution authorizing the interim city manager to enter into a 1-year agreement with Granicus one meeting and agenda management platform. Mr. City Manager.
And I will turn this over to our city clerk, Jacqueline Renteria.
Ms. Renteria.
So we use One Meeting as our agenda management software, and it was recently acquired by Granicus. It was formerly known as PrimeGov One Meeting. And so we were asked to enter into a 3-year agreement, which we asked them if we could just enter into one so that we can reevaluate our needs in about a year to see if the system still works for us. This is a system that allows the staff members to upload their materials to the portal, and then the city manager or any other staff members can review. It also manages our live streams, and it helps us upload all of those videos if they aren't live streamed. So the expenditure is $9,240, and it is an item that has been budgeted. So just asking if we can enter into that agreement.
And clarify, this is because the company that we've been working for has been acquired. And so we're going to continue to work with the same software. It's just a company name.
Yes, and our previous agreement was just ongoing. They just would like for us to enter into one with them specifically.
Okay. Questions for City Clerk? Ms. Vasquez.
And this is just for the 1 year for now, correct?
Yes, 1 year until July 23rd, 2026. And hopefully within that year, we can reevaluate if another service is better for us. But right now, we just, with the time they're asking us, it's a lot of equipment and software that we would need to transfer over to another system. And we don't have time for that right now, especially with the timeline that they've provided.
Ms. Vasquez.
So you said that they wanted us to originally enter into a 3-month agreement. 3-year? Oh yeah, 3-year. Yes, 3-year agreement. So with that, was there a different, like a shift in cost, like any?
No, it was the same.
The same.
Yeah, and from what I've gathered is our agreement is pretty low compared to other services, just because we kind of were added into that program a long time ago. And so we're still running on a lot of the software and programs from back then. So.
Okay.
Deputy Mayor.
Would you and the employees are the ones that work on it the most? Has it been working? Is it a good system for you guys to be using?
I do believe it's a good system. It's built so that council members of each, I see that all of you have your laptops open, and the software is programmed so that you can live vote, and we would have it up on the screen. And, whenever mayor asks for a motion, a second, you each could go on your laptop or your iPads and, someone could do the motion and the system would recognize it and display that on the screen. It also generates your minutes. So right now we don't use it to the full capacity just because of staff transition as well. But staff can upload it. It has a workflow. It's a great system, I believe, for the price that we pay. But it doesn't hurt to look to see if there's a more cost-effective program. Also, Jafet Silva, our IT manager, he assists a lot in getting some of these, troubleshooting some of the items that we have issues with, but which is rare. But I just appreciate Jafet for helping out too.
Yeah, and there is a lot of automation built into the system that wouldn't be easily replaced. So I think, like Jackie says, it's a good time to review, see if there's either better options, more cost-effective options, but to just immediately replace, I don't think we're in a position to do that. There is a lot of stuff that is automated in the background that, like Jackie said.
And I can show you what it looks like if you're curious.
I think we'd love to see it.
Sure. Okay. I'm so excited to show you. Okay. So this is One Meeting. So when staff log in, there's already a template that's already generated for each of us. And that's something that we've already established from the beginning. The template can be changed. And so if you see these items in yellow, they're the ones that are new and added. They are, like I said, it goes through a workflow. So it's yellow right now because the city manager, once it goes through the workflow and it's approved, it changes color. But right now it's just automated. So everyone adds their items. I'll show you what it looks like when they add in. So it has the agenda title, the recommendation, and then they allow the upload of the materials here. And then I can go back and compile the agendas here. It generates the minutes, but like I said, we don't use the system to its full capacity, but it has so many cool features.
Jackie?
Mhm.
If I remember correctly, didn't you send us an email for council to set up an account for this particular website?
Yes, and council members can log on and view items as they're being added. So you can just monitor and see any upcoming items. And we can create the agendas. So we use this not just for council, but our boards and commissions as well.
So just as a heads up, council, even before the agenda comes up on Thursdays or Fridays, I log in just to get an idea of what's on there. So it's a good software for you guys to check out. Gives you an idea of what potentially can be on the agenda.
And if you resend that, I don't know that I have it.
Yeah, I can double check and resend everybody. If anyone has trouble with their password, you can reset it yourself, or I can help you as well, but I'll get everybody checked in.
I do know from having gone through some network updates and upgrades and that kind of stuff and having to re-log in and change some hardware and that kind of stuff, it is a real pain. It has been taking me way more time than I want it to. And so to put staff under the pressure of having to change programs and software and learn a new system, I think is probably unfair to them at this time because we don't have an overabundance of staff and we have a real abundance of things that we need them to do. So I think it's probably wise, from my opinion, to continue with the software that they use and apparently like. So, Ms. Hart.
And the fact that all that really is it's been bought up by another company under a new name. So it's still the same product that you've been working with. So that just makes perfect sense to just continue, even if we do just do it on a one-year basis, just in case there's any glitches or anything we want to do differently. I think sounds good to me.
All right.
And if it works for you guys, then on my end, I've liked it. I'm always updating it like every day just to make sure my calendar is updated and I'm not missing a board meeting or something. So thank you for that.
All right. Further comments? All right. If there's none, what is the desire of council on this item?
Move to approve.
I'll second it.
And who was that? Second, Ms. Ripley. Okay. All right, so we got a motion by Deputy Mayor, second by Councilor Ripley to approve the resolution authorizing interim city manager to enter into a one-year agreement with Granicus One Meeting and Agenda Management Platform. Is there debate on this item? All right. Councilor Hart.
Yes.
Councilor Vasquez.
Yes.
Councilor Fausto.
Yes.
Councilor Ripley.
Yes.
Councilor Hancock.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor.
Yes.
I too vote yes. Motion passes. Item 9, items from council members, mayor's appointments for boards and commissions. All right. I do wish to apologize, council, for my lack of availability for the last few weeks. I have been absolutely swamped at work, which means that by the time I get to checking my emails, it's unfortunately all of a sudden 3 days have gone by. So we do have a meeting with the Rules Committee this Thursday afternoon. And we will try to hammer through some things and get some things accomplished. I know there are names on the list of people who wish to be appointed to boards and commissions, and hopefully we'll be able to get to some of that as well. But we're going to definitely be talking about our council code of conduct and if and what changes need to be made there. So those are the things that we'll be talking about. But at this point, we haven't approved any names for appointment, but there's definitely some that we can do. Council request status report. I'm going to get that up on the screen. All right. And I'm not sure where we are on any of those. Mr. City Manager, if you have any input on that, the dog breeding ordinance, has there anything that happened on that?
I am working on that right now. Thank you, Deputy Mayor, for the email you sent prior. I will be sending it to our lawyer to review it. But I am looking upon that right now to see where other cities also have as a dog breeding ordinance.
Okay. Do you think you'll be able to get information back to us by the next regular meeting, or will it be a little longer than that?
I will do my best.
Okay.
Give you guys a better update by the next regular meeting.
Okay. Next item, 4th of July fireworks. We do have a new ordinance taking effect a year from now. That's been approved. So that was Councilor Hancock's item. Having that approved, do you want to take that off the consent agenda, Councilor Hancock?
Yeah.
Okay, we can remove that one. Let's not forget that that ordinance is there. I know we've got certain members of the community who are very, very vigilant in watching that. So, all right, Yellowstone Trail. Is there anything that's happened with that?
I actually found or was given the right of way for Schoon Road. So there was an ordinance. I believe it was passed for this. So it's an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Sunnyside, Washington, declaring certain right of ways of the surplus, vacating such property subject to condition authorizing disposition therefore of, and retaining and reserving public easement. Old PSH number 3, right of way connecting North Avenue and Schoon Road and portion of the right of way of the Yakima Valley Highway. I did find this. This was passed in June 12th, 2006, but does not mean that we cannot still put up a sign. It's like we said, we are looking for it. Believe that streets have one. I haven't been able to get out there and look for myself, but I will make it a priority to get out there. You know, we did spray it, we did weeded it. So for that, we will be moving forward, and hopefully we'll be able to get you a sign up.
This is, can I?
Go ahead, Ms. Hart.
I've talked with the landowner over there, and he's really excited about the idea because I was selling him on the fact that people would want to stop, take a look, and then go get ice cream or fruit bars. So I was really kind of pumping up, you get some revenue out of this if we put this little sign here, so.
Well,
He was very, 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 very nice about the whole thing. He was very pleasant and community minded.
He is quite community minded as an individual, and I think that he would be very supportive of
He was
something
very
like that.
supportive of it.
I've talked with him a few times over the years, and I enjoy talking with him.
So, excuse me, Mayor, if I can.
You go ahead, sir.
So on this ordinance back in 2006, of course, I was here at that time. We did surplus that right away, but the thought at the time was to sell it to the adjoining property owners, and we did not have any people that wanted to buy it. So the city still does own that right away.
Well,
I don't think so.
yeah, the city, nobody, I think at the time it was to surplus it and sell it, but I don't know that the letters were ever sent out because part of my property would adjoin that and be affected by it. I never received any notice of it being sold. So there are other property owners who are affected by this besides just the man with the ice cream parlor. And yes, he is a very good neighbor, but there's other people that I don't know if notifications need to go out. I don't know what needs to be done, or at least repeal the ordinance. Something needs to be done because the ordinance is there making it surplus. So that's something we probably need to look at.
I think that's
a very
sounds fair.
very good observation that we may need to repeal that ordinance.
But in any case,
or surplus the property and sell it. So
really,
Let's take a look at that and see what needs to be done. I know there's been some interest in the community for that because that's a piece of the Yellowstone Trail. The concrete on the roadway does have stamps in it indicating what that is. It's not a huge outlay of money for the city. I think like the signs have been purchased, if I remember correctly. And so look into that. And if there's not a huge amount of expense involved, I think we can move forward with that.
and I agree with that, but there is more expenses that are going to be involved because right now we have Jersey barriers or whatever you want to call them out there. They're very unattractive. That's been kind of an eyesore for a very long time, since 2000 and whatever. So if we're going to do it, it does affect quite a few property owners out there, and so we need to be mindful of it.
Okay. temporary vendors without permits. Has anything been
Yes.
moving forward on that?
So, Mr. Taylor and I have been working on it, looking at it. We are still going through it. We've obviously taken to the Public Works Committee. We've been taking your guys' suggestions and your comments, and so we are trying to improve it. We've just been super busy. Mr. Taylor being the only planning and building inspector, and myself being busy doing with Public Works and everything else I've got going on. So we are working on it. I can't give you a date on when we can give you an update, but hopefully Mrs. Taylor and I can be here at the next regular meeting together, and we would have somewhat of a suggestion to bring back to the Public Works Committee, and then we will be able to email it out to you guys.
Mr. Mayor, I have a
Yes,
question. So I know that I think code enforcement or maybe even Corey has been going around talking to these different vendors. And the reason I know that is because one of the vendors reached out to me, asking questions, right, about permits and everything that he needs. Which is great, right? We're doing what we said we're gonna do, but also there is vendors that set up at nighttime and in the weekends that sell tacos, and I'm all for business, right? But you need to have the permits. You need to be able to show that permit with the health department. And is there anything that I guess the city we can do to get that information to those vendors, Mr. City Manager, being that they only set up at nighttime and the weekends?
So, Corey, Mr. Taylor and I have talked. If we need to, we can move our schedules around a little bit. We can adapt to it. That way we can inform people. If we take a couple hours out of our weekend, Saturday or Sunday to inform and enlighten them on, the direction we are going, then we can, educate them. So we are willing to do that. Work with our schedules. Obviously, there's times we will be able to, times we won't. But I believe that between the both of us and code enforcement, we'll be able to figure it out.
Just to make it fair for everybody.
No, most definitely, you are correct. Yes,
did reach out to me, has ceased and is in the process of getting permits, but.
Of course,
when
with
they
the
see,
approval of the city manager, we'll
something else.
keep them informed and obviously let them know
And there were kids on motor scooters, not full-size bicycles or motorbikes, but they had no helmets. They had no shoes. They were going up and down Grandview Avenue at a high rate of speed. I have gotten many complaints from people in that area and up on Skyline Drive that there's two kids on motor scooters. It happens, it starts generally, well, when I was there, it was in the morning. But the people who called me said it was generally around 8 o'clock at night, somewhere around there, that it happens every night, and that it's causing quite a hazard, and these kids don't have helmets on or anything. So I just wanted, Chief Lehman isn't here today, but I just wanted to bring that up to the city manager to make sure to follow up on that, because I have gotten quite a few calls on this, so.
I will get in touch with Commander Gusby.
Thank you.
I saw it myself too, one night when I was up there.
I live up there. I see it all the time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and you know, that's a big hazard, and you know, I'm sure they don't have any insurance. They're traveling on our roads. They're, you know, no helmets, just dangerous.
Okay. Thank you. Ms. Vasquez.
Yeah, so I wanted to share that we actually had a ribbon cutting ceremony welcoming a new business here in town. It's a nail salon named Jador Nails. So I was able to attend that ribbon cutting ceremony. I saw a few council members and the mayor, even fire chief was there. So it was a good time. It's important to always shout out these businesses. They are investing into our community, and minimally we could give back and share their platform and just share it with our friends and support them, especially in the beginning. And and a reminder for all future businesses who are wanting to come into Sunnyside, feel free to just reach Jackie or contact City Hall, and we could always schedule a ribbon cutting ceremony. They are free of charge. They're very good because they help promote your business, your location, and what services you're providing. And I also wanted to just give a quick reminder, National Night Out is right around the corner. It's going to be held on Tuesday, August 5th. And the Police Foundation with the police department are helping spread the word. So just be on the lookout, follow the Facebook pages, and just look at the flyers, make sure to attend. These are great events where you get to communicate and connect with community. So that's what I wanted to share.
Thank you. Ripley.
Well, I was gonna talk about Jador too, but it was very nice. It was a nice ribbon cutting, and they have a very good shop in there. And there's been a few people who have commented about having our phones out. And we have this program that we have to use our city phones to log into the program. So I'm just explaining to people why I have my phone out. And that's it for now.
All right. Ms. Frausto.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some time to talk about literacy and movement, which you all should have gotten an email. I believe last year, Jim, or last week. I'm sorry. Time is just a blur nowadays. And literacy and movement happened last year, and it really was just a small project idea led by two community members. And we had a resource for it in the community. I think during the time, Chief Lehman was interim city manager. And he okayed the usage of the community center during that time from like a 5 to 7 time slot on a Thursday in August. We had some donations from some local businesses as well for food. The Sunnyside Police Foundation was kind enough to donate school supplies like colors, glue, and another organization, Yakima Valley Partners for Education, donated over 150 backpacks, or I believe around 160 last year. And it was the first time that this was put on. also partnered with the police, the school district, Chief Hobrick, who hosed down the kids. And we had over probably a good 300 people show up. So much so that the backpacks went almost immediately. Deputy Mayor, I believe you were on pizza duty during the time, and the food went pretty quickly as well. I think we had paletas from the Paleteria La Norteña. But it was an event where Save the Children also donated over 2,000 books. So when we're living in a community where we're struck with poverty and low reading attainment, we thought that this event should come out again through the city, or at least be put on by the city. This year, the superintendent of the school district asked if it was going to be put on. So I believe earlier this year, when we had notice of the Save the Children, that there would be a possibility of them actually providing $5,000 to the city to establish a partnership to be able to put on this event again in 2025. I mentioned it here on council, and then I think I reiterated to the mayor and deputy mayor during one of our meetings, and we ended up getting the funds sometime in May or June. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kelly. During this time, Mike was on, or at least we were in the middle of a transition, so we lost a lot of time. Jim came on. We had a meeting with Jim, and we told him, this is what's going on. Do you believe that we could still continue with this partnership? And there was a consensus of, yes, let's move forward. So in partnership with Fred Hutchinson, Save the Children again, and the city of Sunnyside, Literacy and Movement is coming back for round 2. This time, knock on wood, Save the Children, on top of issuing the city $5,000 to put on this event, which will cover food, which will cover additional backpacks, school supplies, especially because this year the school district is not providing them to families, unfortunately. They're also donating, I believe, around 400 backpacks to the city. And then I believe it's bags full of just other goodies for children. I think like stuffed animals, books, and with an additional like over 3,000 books that Save the Children is donating for this event as well. So the city is really serving as kind of like a financial sponsor. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jim. Kelly's kind enough to just keep record of all of the expenses. We did put together a tentative budget proposal just with all of the money actually just going to school supplies, backpacks, food, water, ice. And Save the Children will be doing, I think, an end of kind of event report as well. There will be minimal staff usage. We will be getting volunteers and accepting volunteers for the day, which is August 21st from 5 to 7. It's a Thursday. And through the city manager, I've contacted Chief Lehman and then Chief Holbrick, and they're excited about coming out and joining the community again. And the police playing dodgeball with the kids, and the school district has also been reached out to as well. I think they actually reposted the flyer. So I just wanted to share a little bit more about the history and providing council some more context. And if there are any questions, I'm happy to take them. But I think this is a really big deal for the community. It's a lot of resources that are going to come to families, along with a big resource fair that would be happening inside the gym, with different community organizations coming through and providing a lot of essential information out to the community. So we're hoping that we have 300 or more people show up this day. And I know there was, the mayor showed up, deputy mayor showed up last year. I think it was Marty Beeler who showed up as well. So hoping that you all can also come through. I know there's a lot going on in council, but I think we can definitely establish a setting aside our differences for the betterment of the community through this program next month.
So if I get real quick to that, the budget, some of that expenditure will go to be buying backpacks and supplies. The other 400 backpacks that Councilmember Fausto mentioned, we're not sure we're going to receive those in time for the event. So we will store them, and at a future date, we just kind of bounce some ideas. Maybe we'll give them away at the lighted implement parades, some type of thing like that. But we're hoping they get here on time. If not, we will take advantage of them and do another giveaway at another time. So,
Okay, that's good. Thank you. That was good information. And I have some ideas that I need to talk to you about, because as you were talking, I had a brief moment of inspiration. So, all right.
Good.
Mr. Deputy Mayor.
Yeah, so it's been a rough July for me, but I would want to get Jackie to, I don't know what time you were leaving for vacation, but we could help me set up an LTAC meeting. I think we're a few weeks behind on that, unless we could open up for applications already before having that initial meeting. I'm not sure if that's done before.
I'll send out an email just getting everybody's availability.
Mhm.
You can have a meeting now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then just want to remind the public that LTAC did set aside $10,000 for events, for new events, highlighting the ag and local dairy industries, whatever new projects, new events. You guys have any ideas, feel free to apply and bring it forward. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. All right.
Yeah, I want to thank Finance Director Kelly. Oh, messed your last name up, my dear. But I do want to thank you for the income statement that was included in our packet this today for tonight. Appreciate that. It was 93 pages of, so we're not quite as bad off as we think we are. We haven't spent all our monies in all of our categories. Some are only like 29%. At this time of the year, you would think you'd be closer to 49 or 50, and in many categories we're not. So thank you for that. Appreciate it. The other thing I did want to mention too, with the hot weather going on, and I know that we have these, and I recognized the other day that Miss Vasquez at her little shop had out her umbrellas, her pretty green umbrellas out there, red. Are they red? Green. Green, they are green. I know that the city also has some umbrellas that need to be out downtown. We purchased them a couple of years ago to be out there, and in the hot weather, it's kind of nice to sit out there and have a little place to sit in the shade, just even for a couple of minutes to eat that ice cream cone that maybe you got at some place downtown. I don't want to name names, but my favorite place is where I go. So, in any case, but I would like to see those umbrellas put out, please.
I will look into that.
Yeah, and I also want to compliment the crews on keeping the hanging flower baskets that are downtown. They're looking really nice this year, looking really sharp. They haven't got too dried out, which is kind of a balancing act, I know. So thank you for all your work, all the crews work on that as well. Thank you. That's it.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I know that we came in the other night from the north end of Sunnyside, turned off of North Avenue onto 6th Street and went downtown, and my wife just exclaimed, "Wow, this looks so nice." All the lights were working. The flowers, as Ms. Hart was mentioning, looked great. She said, "It really looks nice." I mean, she just, one of those things where you just have an exclamation come out and you didn't even have to think about. So kudos to you guys for keeping the downtown looking as nice as you do. The lights are all working. They're coming on when they're supposed to, and that's good. We had a citizen mention this evening about the arch over at the Vets Plaza. That is really cool. If you haven't had an opportunity to go by and take a look at it, it's right across the street from City Hall. And they put that up, I want to say, what day was that? Wednesday?
Friday.
Friday of last week?
Friday.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I had the opportunity. I had to drive by it like 10 times that day, and I just saw the progress as they went.
Yeah.
I thought, you know what? It was cool. It's really neat to take an opportunity to walk by there and take a look at it. And I don't know if there's more to go with that or not, but those kind of additions do look nice. That Veterans Plaza looks good. We've got some really nice parts of town that we need to celebrate that. And as was mentioned, we need to celebrate the good things that are happening in town as well. So I appreciate that going in. I mentioned earlier that I have been trying for years to come up with a good quality recycling service for Sunnyside. We don't have pickup, curbside pickup for that. That's not available for Sunnyside just yet. But the Yakima Ecosystem Solutions is trying to implement that. They want to make that available, but that's going to take some time. Currently, what they're doing is on Sunday, with the farmers market, they're out doing events, and you'll see those advertised on Facebook as well, where they're doing picking things up. And it was interesting because they got a whole bunch of largemouth jars. And so instead of grinding them all up, she offered them, made them available to people to use for other projects. Okay, it's not just a one-way thing. If it's available, she thinks it might be useful for something else, she'll be happy to turn that over to you and make that available for other projects. She's very creative in that way, but they are committed as a company. And I've had some conversations with them, which is why I know this, but everything that they pick up will be recycled and then returned to the valley. And they can't recycle everything in the valley. Not everything is done here, but the goal is to make everything as local as possible. And so they're helping our local economy as much as they can, which I appreciate the attitude with that. Then also I was at the ribbon cutting, and one of the problems with ribbon cuttings is when I take my wife along, the first thing she does is makes appointments. And so we're going to find out how they do with the manicure pedicure thing, because my wife's got all signed up and everything's going for that. And I think she's looking forward to that. So those are a lot of fun. And that's pretty much what I've got at the moment. So.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, ma'am.
I forgot, and Jackie, I'd like to put it on the council request form. I was approached, you're talking about the Veterans Memorial reminded me. Mr. Slave approached me about the farm implements around town. And so I think that we need to kind of address those to figure out if we're going to maintain them as they are or do something different with them, get them on the radar for he wants to know if the city wants to go ahead with those, leave them there, if he should pick them up. What's our decision on those farming?
We have to revisit some of the conversation we had last year, because a year ago we were talking about some of those too, that maybe they needed to be moved to different locations, or maybe figure out how we could put some sort of a protective shade over some of them to keep them from getting burned up in the sun, that sort of thing. So we did have some conversation that we'll have to revisit that and see before we go back to him and say this is what we want.
I'd like it to be assigned and
Okay.
followed up on.
We'll put that on the request. All right, Madam City Clerk, upcoming council meetings. Sorry about that, right in the midst of your typing.
I'll try to remember to go back. Let's see. All right. So we have our next study session. Our next meeting is a study session, which is August 4th. And as of right now, all we have is a discussion on the city manager spending authority, which will be published tonight, since I will be out of the office. And then the next meeting is August 11th, and that is just an action item on the commissary stock surplus. And now we've added 2 items that are from Public Works. And so you'll be seeing those added on there as well.
All right, thank you. And council members, if there's any other items that you need to add to our agendas, please make sure you get that to the manager or the clerk at least no later than the Monday before the meeting.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
If we could add the fee schedule, I know there was an email that I had sent out about the fee schedule.
Okay. We'll add the fee schedule to our regular meeting as well.
Do we want that as a discussion item or just the regular?
Well, I know that there was 3 different versions out there, so I don't know if maybe discuss it first.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
And we also have to start talking about in August about a possible budget retreat and beginning the discussion on budget. That is coming up, and the sooner we start, the better, because it is a big process. And so I will be talking with the manager, and you may see in your inbox some dates for a possible retreat to begin the budget process.
And Jackie, I think we would like to maybe get the city manager spending authority on the August 11th.
As an action item?
Yeah. And Deputy Mayor had a suggestion about the city manager spending authority, that maybe we needed to go deeper into some other sections. Deputy Mayor, do you want to?
Well, I don't have it in front of me. Maybe we could, I don't know.
That could be part of Monday night's meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. All right. Staff reports, Mr. City Manager.
Yeah, so, we had an offer on the Railroad property. Unfortunately, that offer fell through. But the folks that are renting that facility have indicated they would like to make an offer. And we supposedly had 2 additional showings last week as well.
Excuse me, which property?
The Railroad at Tucker Sellers out there at Sunnyview Park. Across the street from golf course.
Yeah,
right
I know where
behind.
it's at. I'm sorry. Yes. Yes. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I was trying to figure it out in my head why there was a railroad involved, but okay.
And then I had a gentleman come in on Friday to talk. He is with the volunteer group that maintains the pathway between Grandview and Sunnyside. And he indicated that that volunteer group is going to be disbanded. They're all elderly folks that do that, and they just don't have time. They've been doing it for 20 years. So I need to start working with City of Grandview to see, what kind of direction we want to take, if there's cooperation between us, as well as look for other volunteer groups that may want to take that over as well. So, and then the 4-way stops that are been installed on 9th and Edison and 5th and Edison, the 4-way temporary signs in the middle of the road, did those get pulled this afternoon, Hector? If not, they will be pulled tomorrow.
No, sir, they did not get pulled away. They will be pulled away in the morning. And then we'll see how the community.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Hopefully we got their attention when we put the signs out.
It's still a little western out there.
Not as bad as it was. The first couple days was pretty exciting. So that's all I have right now. I will turn it over to Chief Hubbard.
Chief.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. From the fire department, our year-to-date emergency responses are 2,436. Within the last 2 weeks, we had approximately 180, 3 of which were fire incidents, 120 were EMS, 18 were EMS no transport. So again, that'd be our rescues where the intent is not a transport. 6 motor vehicle accidents, 10 service calls, 20 good intent and or canceled en route, and 3 false alarms. Always like to talk about training. Training's a big deal for me. And so our year-to-date training hours are 2,207. So last couple of weeks, we've been a little occupied with call volume. So a little less than normal, but about 35 hours of training the last 2 weeks, which have all been concentrated on fire and hazmat as we are deep into brush and wildland season. So other than that, that's what I have for statistics. Open for any questions.
Questions for Chief? Thank you, sir, for your hard work and for your department. You may commend them from us. Does our legal counsel have any reports you wish to make, sir?
Only to say I'm glad to be here. As I've introduced myself to, I think everyone, I apologize, Councilman Vasquez. You came in, and I didn't realize you came in just before the council started. But again, my name is Drew Pollum. I am part of your 3-person team from Ogden Murphy Wallace. You've met my coworker, Ms. Greenwood, a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, you've also met Ms. Norton, your assigned city attorney. I have been able to spend most of the day here on site, working with Jackie and with Jim on a manner of things. And I really, really appreciate the kindness that the staff showed me today, and I can't wait to work with them in the future.
All right. Well, we appreciate your being here. I know quite often your colleagues like to attend via Zoom, but every once in a while it is important to have a physical presence. And so I appreciate the time that you took to be here with us today. Mr. Mejia.
Yes. As of right now, we do have people that are going for training in the water department. I do have one person that will be going up to Spokane to get for training for his water distributed manager 3. And then eventually he'll be testing, hopefully right after that. I'm trying to get him set up for it. In the sewer collection area, myself and Supervisor Mr. Morales have taking a class online, over Zoom on our stormwater. We know that how important that is for the city, and we are continuing, obviously for educating ourselves under all that. The street department right now is working on a project over here in the Ajo development. We noticed, or the supervisor Alvarez noticed that there was a dip on the Bountiful Street. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but they are working diligently over that. They hopefully will have it repaired here soon. And then obviously with stormwaters, we are collecting as much debris out of our stormwater and make sure that it is clean and able to be taken on that stormwater, obviously with the report and all. On fog, we do have a employee that is working on the fog area, which is, if you don't know what fog is, it's fats, oils, and grease, working with the stores, restaurants, and make sure that they know how to dispose of everything. So yes, our crew is working diligent, very hard. Parks is kudos to them. 2 weeks ago, we did have regionals down here. They did an outstanding job getting that park ready, the pool and everything. Our streets helped out with blocking the area for the parking lot. So I believe the swim team last weekend was part of champs down in Grandview, and our swim team did really very well. So very proud of them. They swam their little hearts out. So it was nice to see that that they were able to come down there. Also, obviously with everybody else, Grammy swim team, Othello's, Prossers, Silas, Natchez, every one of those little swimmers, and adult and teenage swimmers swam hard, and it was very hot. So there was a lot of people there. So, like I said, kudos to my crew. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do my job. So I appreciate everything they've done.
Thanks, sir. Ms. Kosky.
Yes, so I'm happy to announce that over the last couple of weeks, we've been able to fill both of the IT team members' positions that had been unfilled for quite some time. Jafet is no longer the Lone Ranger of the IT world and actually has a team to be working with now. Also, the bank reconciliations are now done through June, and they are working on July. When I brought up the concerns to Springbrook about the length of time that it was taking, they said that they had just hired a few more staff members and that they would also be able to throw some additional resources towards that project. So it seems to be moving along faster.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Silva.
So as Kelly mentioned, I got some help now. So hopefully we can move forward on some of these projects we got going on. We got quite a few that we need to get on. One of them just got put to a test as we were sitting here. We implemented here within the last month a backup internet service provider that I just realized we're running on right now. So automatically, it seems like our main service provider might have gone down. I'll do a little more investigating once we get out of here. But it looks like we're running on our backup right now. So rather than sit here all day without internet, it all seemed to work automatically to where we're running on the backup. There was a bit of a disruption. So there might be a gap in the stream that we normally send out to YouTube, but we're able to get back online and up and running.
All right. Thank you.
Great news.
Well done. And that's what we want to see happen, right? To see the system work the way that we plan on it. So that's excellent. And I do want to add that the positions that we mentioned that were hired were all budgeted positions, so it's not requiring a budget amendment. So, yeah, these are spaces that needed to be filled. There are more that need to be filled. We have had some vacancies come up, but we are moving forward. I was happy to hear that our reconciliation for last year is moving forward faster than what we thought and what we heard the last time in our report, and things are moving better. So that's good news. And so kudos to all of you. I have not ever had anything bad to say about any of our staff members. I honestly believe that you guys are out there doing the best job that you possibly can, and you are committed to doing an excellent job. So thank you for that to each and every one of you, and you may pass that on to your respective staff as well. That
Mayor, real
Yes,
quick,
sir.
I believe, Chief, you had one more item?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I just had neglected to mention, Councilor Frauster brought up a National Night Out as one of the events coming up. And so, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Karen.
Well, I can't even read my own notes. So this is what I'm working with right now. But Chief Lehman reached out to us a few weeks back and asked if the fire department would be interested in participating in part of the festivities. And of course, we said yes. So we'll be hosting at the firehouse on National Night Out as one of the block parties. So if anybody wants to come by and hang out with us and eat some hot dogs, we'll be out front from 7 to 8, 6 to 8.
6 to 8.
6 to 8. There you go. Again, can't read my own handwriting. Sorry.
Yeah, can you make sure that it gets out so that we all know what the schedule is and the dates and all
Where
of
we're
that,
supposed to be.
and where we're supposed to be and all that, so that we can.
Yes, I'll speak for
There's much-
Chief Lehman. All the block parties are going simultaneously, and it'll be from 6 to 8 p.m. on August 5th. I could not tell you how they're all broken up, but I do know that we are covering from 8th Avenue to 11th Avenue, from I believe Franklin to the highway. I believe the old highway is our general vicinity, but there's a handful of them going on. We're just one of the many, so I don't want to take from other people's block parties, but you want to come to the fire station, come to the fire station. So. Anyways, sorry, that was all I had. Thank you.
Right. Thank you. And if you've not had the privilege of participating in a block party for National Night Out, I encourage you to do so. It's a great opportunity to meet the people of Sunnyside who you may not normally come in contact with. If you go to one that's not in your neighborhood, you may run into new people, and it's a fantastic opportunity to discuss with new people. And as council members, it's awesome to get different perspectives. You may not always appreciate what they have to say to you, but it is a valuable perspective that you get from individuals. And most of the time, people have been very kind. So I encourage you to attend.
Take your notebook with you.
Take your notebook or something for sure. All right. There being no further business to come before council, and without objection, we are adjourned at 8:10 p.m. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. All right. How many calls did I miss?
I just need.
3.
Yeah. We all, but
Okay.
Thank you.
it's like we are running.
Go ahead, sir. Okay.
Well, not really, not really the way I wanted to, test it, but it seems to be working.
Well, except for. I don't feel like you're okay. Wait, you can't, I want you to sign this, so I can go back to the office and process
We'll make it happen.
Edie, she's going on vacation. She's excited.
That's what she said.
Hourly.
That'll work.
Loaded up.
Even if we all agree at the end. So
Just seeing stuff come in, yeah, being caught up.
Picked out.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yes, so I like.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
It was like.
disagreeable. Can we really just? It's like civility.
Now they're all kissing ass out
Charging
there.
up and.
Now they're all mutual
Opportunity to
congratulatory society.
connect.
Work over there. Nice. Okay.
All right, we'll see you guys Thursday afternoon.
Yep, we'll see him.
I do feel bad. I have been so
I have a question for you.
stupid busy.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're working.
How goes the campaign?
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, isn't it?
It is hard.
Yeah. I see your signs everywhere, but yeah. Yeah, yeah.
see if I can run over somebody in the parking.
Yeah, let's try not to do that because I have to answer the phone
They
calls.
stand behind my car.
They do that on purpose.
Get spoofed.
That's why I start backing out.
So that is.
I'm not gonna trust nothing.
Really, no.
I looked at it.
That's why I start backing out.
Information on the.
Good now. Poor little lady. Oops.
Is that the only thing I have to sign? Oh, never mind.
I'm gonna go let my dogs out.
Oh, it,
Nice gin and-
I'll be honest,
Okay.
implemented it. It got me. It made me panic. We're sitting in the meeting, in a meeting.
Where's your unsigned
And Jackie showed me an email. I was like, that's not me. What's going on?
You know when you have a.
So,
Well, that's the first thing I look at.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Oh, there used to be like a mint thing.
I'll get some hot Cheetos on the way in.
Hot Cheetos, that is not a Tic Tac,
I
dude.
know, but at least something.
I see.
So that's good.
So you going to Snipes?
So let me-
Oh,
Okay.
I recommend Snipes. You will.
That's usually how it works. It's a little bit shorter, training. And I think it just kicked off
You're
today,
leaving tomorrow morning.
the most recent one.
Yeah, it tells you what they felt.
Yeah, so here
So if
gives
have
you,
time, you should,
um,
before you leave, stop by Fogon. It's Fogon.
so here, it actually shows me what the email was.
Yes, they have really good like tacos. They have
Came
these
from
tortillas.
HR?
Let's see if they're open tomorrow.
That looks,
What's gonna happen if you keep telling him all the good places? He's gonna end up moving here and his wife is.
that way I can verify that it was actually one of ours.
With everything. you-
But yeah, spoof's domain.
In Fogon.
It gives you a category.
They're open at 10 a.m. Tuesday.
They can just make it look like something generic.
They are good.
See, it gives you a wide range of.
One of the things Sunnyside will do is ruin you for street tacos anywhere else.
Warned about.
We have
Very
the
generic.
best street tacos that I have ever had, and I have been all
This
over the
city,
country.
We're
And Sunnyside.
gonna at least try to include a signature so that you.
I will stand by that.
You know, it's somebody on.
I will.
A lot of these will just say,
I have to
you
explain.
know, HR, you know.
It's a large city. Doesn't
You know,
mean
with-
it has a
with-
large city foods.
In a bigger company.
It's very rare, there's very few places where I
But
can
in
find
a-
food.
Okay, I have to sign that one for you as well.
Very good, very
You're
good
regularly gonna get.
quality next.
Where you can.
In the city. Literally, my first
Or,
conversation.
you know, on the side,
It's like you're gonna have
reply to a person
So
you know is
it's
on.
that conversation, like, okay,
Uh-huh.
I'm ready for this.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready to come over, so.
It just started, so we might get one or two. Yeah.
It's wonderful. Let me meet you
Thank
in
you.
person.
I'm glad you're here.
I
really am.
Oh, good. This won't be the last time. We'll find ways to get me over here.
Okay.
But, and then Julie.